Welcome to Mujahidul Islam's biology class. In our last discussion, we discussed about different types of nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition that is performed by green plants, algae, and some bacteria. Autotrophic nutrition is of two types: photosynthetic nutrition, that is photosynthesis done by the green plant and algae; chemosynthetic nutrition, that is done by some bacteria like Nitrosomonas, sulfur bacteria, etc. Heterotrophic nutrition, there are three different types of heterotrophic nutrition. One is saprophytic nutrition, where fungi obtain food from the dead and decaying matter. Parasitic nutrition, where some organisms, smaller organisms, get their food from the other organisms, feed on other organisms, inhibiting inside the organism or outside the organism. This is called parasitic nutrition. Basically, the parasites, which are smaller in size, and the host organism where they live is basically larger in size. There are different types of parasitic organisms. Some are plant parasites like Cuscuta, Amoeba, commonly called Amoeba. Orchid is another example of the parasitic plant. Antique, mites, louse, then tapeworm, hookworm, liver fluke, plasmodium. These all are the examples of endoparasites that live inside the body of the animals. Okay, fine. And another is holozoic nutrition. We discuss about the holozoic nutrition, where organisms like all animals, including human being, obtain food in a complex form. So there are different steps of holozoic nutrition. Today we are going to discuss about the steps of holozoic nutrition. The first step of holozoic nutrition is ingestion, where the food ingestion means intaking of food. Intaking of food. The process of intaking of food is called ingestion. Digestion. Digestion means a breakdown. Digestion means breakdown of complex food into simple form. This is called digestion. Digestion is a process where enzymes are involved. It is a chemical process. Enzyme catalyzes different types of reactions, and ultimately the complex food like starch, protein, etc. broken down into its simple form. We will discuss in details whenever we discuss about the digestion process in human beings. Next is absorption. What is absorption? Once the food is digested, once the food becomes simple and the food passes to blood and lymph. So the digested food passes to the lymph and blood. This is called absorption. And after absorption, the food will be taken into the cell and different parts of the body. Within the cell, the food is utilized. Utilized for a different purposes. So utilization of food within the cell, within the body, is called the assimilation. And finally, ejection. Ejection is the process of removal of undigested food. Some food, even after the digestion, some food remain undigested, and this food has to be eliminated from the body. And elimination or removal of undigested food from the body is called ejection. So these are the steps occur in the holozoic type of nutrition. We'll discuss two examples here of holozoic nutrition. One is amoeba and another is human being. Let us discuss the holozoic nutrition in amoeba. As you know, amoeba is a unicellular eukaryote. We know that amoeba is a unicellular eukaryote. Holozoic nutrition in amoeba. So amoeba is a unicellular organism, single cell organism, only one cell is there, and within that cells all the steps of the holozoic nutrition is performed. So let us see how it is done. First of all, definitely the ingestion part. How ingestion is done? So ingestion is done by the amoeba with the help of pseudopodia. pseudopodia. So this is, suppose this is the amoeba. This is the amoeba. This is the food particles. Suppose this is food particle. Whenever the food particle come nearer to the amoeba forms some finger-like projections, some extensions like these, and these extensions are called pseudopodia. Pseudopodia. Pseudo means false, and podia means feet. So amoeba forms some false feet, pseudopodia, and ultimately enclose the food. And ultimately the food is enclosed within the cell. Suppose this is how the food get inside the cell, and this is called, and this type of intaking of food is called phagocytosis. This is called phagocytosis. What is phagocytosis? Intaking of food with the help of false feet, with the help of pseudopodia, is called phagocytosis. So ingestion part is done by amoeba. How? It is done with the help of pseudopodia. Pseudopodia is nothing but the temporary extension of the cytoplasm, and with the help of pseudopodia the food get into the amoeba, and this type of ingestion is called phagocytosis. So next part is digestion. So once the food is inside the cell, that a vacuole is formed. This is the vacuole and this is the food vertical. Inside the cytoplasm, a food vacuole is formed. Within the food vacuole, the food is there inside the vacuole. Within the food vacuole, some digestive enzymes are secreted. And ultimately these enzymes break down the food particle into simple form. So this is called intracellular digestion. Digestion is what type? Intracellular. Intracellular digestion means within the cell. Digestion is performed by the enzymes that is secreted within the food vacuole, and this type of digestion is called intracellular digestion. So intracellular digestion because within the cell, as because amoeba is a single cell organism, there is no particular system, there is no particular organ for digestion. So this is happen within the cell, that is why it is called intracellular digestion. What is the next step? Next step is absorption. Okay, once the food is digested inside the food vacuole, the food starts to diffuse out. The food diffuses out from the food vacuole. The food diffuses out from the food vacuole. So and spread in the cytoplasm of the amoeba. Diffusion of digested food from the food vacuole is called absorption. Diffuses food from the food vacuole. So this is called food vacuole. This is called the absorption. Diffusion of the digested food from the food vacuole into the cytoplasm is called absorption. Okay, what is the next part? Next part is assimilation. What happens in assimilation? Assimilation of key height? Assimilation. Once the food is diffuses out into the cytoplasm. So assimilation means what? Utilization of digested food. We know it. So the food which is absorbed in the cytoplasm, stored in the form of fats, in the form of glycogen, and this food will be used to synthesize different component of the cytoplasm, like the cytoplasm itself, protoplasm, and different components of the protoplasm. So ultimately the digested food will be utilized First it will be stored in the form of fats and glycogen, then it will be utilized to synthesize different components like the protoplasm. Protoplasm means the cytoplasm and the nucleoplasm together called protoplasm. Okay, the final part is ejection. How it is done? Ejection means definitely in the food vacuole some food will remain undigested. So this is the food vacuole, suppose, and this is the undigested food. So this undigested food has to be eliminated out, expelled out from the body, and this is done again by the through the plasma membrane, and expelling out undigested food is called the ejection, and this is again performed by the cell membrane. So it is removal of undigested food. So this is done from anywhere, but it is through the plasma membrane. So this is called the ejection, and this is how amoeba performs its holozoic nutrition. We can have another example also. Suppose paramecium. Let us take the paramecium. How paramecium perform holozoic nutrition. Paramecium is also the unicellular organisms. Let us discuss about the paramecium. Suppose this is the paramecium. So suppose this is the paramecium. Okay. So paramecium have the paramecium. This is having a definite shape. We say it is sleeper shape. Okay. This is the paramecium. How paramecium perform the holozoic nutrition? It is again a single cell organism. The paramecium is having some minute hair-like projection. These are the hair-like projection. These are called cilia. These hair-like projection are called cilia. Cilia mean for movement as well as capturing the food. With the help of cilia, the food is brought into the depression. There is a depression which is called oral groove. Oral groove. This is the oral groove. Oral means mouth. So the food is taken into the oral groove with the help of cilia, and there is another structure which is called the gullet, and the food is taken into the oral groove, and then the food is entered into the cytoplasm through the gullet. Once the food is enters, the food vacuole is formed inside the paramecium. Once the food vacuole is formed, again the digestive enzyme secreted within it. So digestive enzyme, what does digestive enzyme do? Digestive enzyme breaks the complex food again, and then the food again assimilated. That means absorbed. Then absorption means the diffuses of the digested food into the cytoplasm. This part is called absorption, and then the food, digested food, will be utilized by the paramecium. That part is called assimilation. And last final part is performed by the paramecium with the help of a particular portion. That means I am talking about the ejection, removal of undigested food. Removal of undigested food is done through a particular portion of the paramecium, and this is called anal pore. In case of amoeba, we see that the undigested food removal or ejection is done from any portion of the plasma membrane, but here this is a particular portion through which the ejection done. So this is the basic difference in terms of ejection in amoeba and paramecium. I hope you understand. So in next video I would like to discuss about the holozoic nutrition, the steps of holozoic nutrition in human being, as well as we will go for another video, that is the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a very big sector, but we will try to make it very small and understandable. So thank you for watching my video. So keep watching and also commenting. So your comments and your suggestion very important, because teaching is nothing but a learning process, and I want to learn from by teaching. So please give your comment, put your comment, suggest me, also share the video with your friends. Thank you.